IshowSpeed or Tariq Nasheed, whatever side of the aisle you fall on.
Motherfuckers got us at war with each other, arguing over who black and who not black.
I'm sorry that when you look at me, you're reminded of your West African roots.
Can someone tell me why Tariq Nasheed is in Senegal right now? What's going on? Huh? For those who don't know who Tariq Nasheed is, he's the guy who's leading the movement called FBA, Foundational Black American.
If you're a black American, if you do anything, in this particular case, go to Africa, it's a big deal to everybody.
Bro, Africa got buildings.
Tariq Nasheed is controlled opposition. Okay. He is controlled opposition with a primary goal set for him by the white man.
The FBA was just telling me that I don't look like I'm black American because I'm dark skinned. Y'all don't know what I look like. Because where do I look like a white woman? Not my lips.
This is for you tethers that tell us that we are from Africa.
So come here. So my thing is this, right? So Tariq Nasheed done went into Senegal, huh? Exhibit A.
Have talked real down to FBAs and also other Americans. They called us all kind of names about the way we work and all kind of other things, like they doing us a favor by coming over here. I want you to hear what this sister has to say.
I'm talking to all Americans, okay? Taxpayers. This is why I always say with ICE and DHS, this is not our fight. Let them do their job. Because if y'all see and hear the things that these people say about America, especially black America.
Tariq Nasheed is in Senegal right now. And before y'all start lying in the comment section, y'all FBA's talking about, well, who said he can't go to Senegal, right? Everyone's free to travel. He can go to Africa if he wants to. That don't mean he gotta be African. I don't want to hear that shit. Y'all done spent a whole year talking about, oh, Africa's a wasteland. Why would anybody travel over there? Ain't nothing over there. We ain't got no business being over there.
Bro, Africa got buildings.
But yet when we talk about our achievements, we put the word African in front of it. Hold the fuck up. This ain't got shit to do with Africa. They didn't create this shit. They didn't build this shit. So why are we outsourcing? The very word itself is outsourcing and giving credit to a group of people who didn't do what the fuck we did. That's problematic in and of itself.
This African dude, they were talking about how much they worship whiteness. It was kind of sickening.
God have they got power. They got towers. Swear on everything, bro.
As most of the people in the West, they think Africa, there's monkeys, animals walking around. As a Westerner, I'm talking from my personal experience.
Bro, Africa got buildings. God have they got power. They got towers. Swear on everything, bro. I thought it was just clay and tribes and tents, bro. Yeah, cause the ground be like, you know, like that red orange type of clay, bro. Chat, don't.
This is for you tethers that tell us that we are from Africa and we family and we whoppity bang. If y'all are really our people, right? If y'all are the people we descend from, which everybody's from Africa, but whatever. If we are the people that you descend from, nope, other way around. If we are the people that y'all, nope. If we are the people that descend from you, why aren't y'all fighting the government like we did? Why does Africa look the way that it does? And America has been looking like America for over 300 years. We have had cities for over 300 years. Like, if we are African and we got all of our innovation and motivation and all of the other Asians from you guys, why do you let the colonizers and the Asians and the Russians take over your land and you didn't fight for your land like FBA fought for America? No other black culture, no FBA, no African, no Caribbean, no Jamaican, no Haitian, no black Russian, no black Scottish. Nobody has ever gone through what FBA has gone through here in America. None of you. So we're not the same because y'all don't fight like we fight. Nobody fights like we fight. All of the black warriors and all of the warriors of your country back in the good old days was black. We are not African. FBA means fuck being African. Foundational Black American. We go back to this bitch to and before the 13th fucking colonies. The 13 colonies. But anywho, if we Africans and y'all say we all Africans and woo-wop-de bang, why aren't y'all fighting in Africa like we did here in America? And now that y'all are fighting, why did y'all wait so long?
IShowSpeed in Nigeria. As most of people in the West, they think Africa, there's monkeys, animals walking around. As a Westerner, I'm talking from my personal experience. And right now, watching these clips and videos from Speed, I went to Nigeria last year for 10 days. And personally, I didn't know what to expect. And now I'm seeing a lot of clips or people from America, from Europe, being surprised how rich, creative, as I said, talented, and modern Africa is. Basically, in one city of Lagos, you have everything. The cultures, the traditions, the food. His stream reminded me of my trip to Nigeria. Gave me a lot of great positive memories. So I really want to encourage more creators, people from the West, people from the States, visit Africa, Nigeria, because bear in mind, only in Nigeria you have 250 million people, almost like in the US. But yeah, I hope with all the people who are talking about his streams right now, it's gonna permeate all the world and show how great, beautiful, talented, and rich Africa is.
This is not the Africa they talk.
They only speak English over in America. Let that sink in. That's our language. What's wrong with that? Everybody don't talk like. Nobody don't do that. Like, what y'all saying? Clicks. That's all y'all saying. Like, who cares about language? I don't care about what you speak. You can speak 100 languages, but I don't live in impoverished areas like y'all do. And I got likes. The only thing I can give y'all don't, only 1% of y'all open defecate in y'all country. I give y'all that. But y'all finna have a big open defecation problem soon, though, out there.
Do we know how the boycott is going? You know, the FBA boycott of African goods and services and businesses, and the boycott of everything African. Do we know how it's going? Does anybody have an update? Are the Africans crying because nobody's coming to their stores? Because last I checked, people have been flocking to African stores, African restaurants. I mean, I don't think this boycott is making an impact. So I just want to know if this boycott is really effective. Are airplanes that are going to Africa not going anymore because the FBA have decided they are not going to Africa? Somebody please help me with some updates. Do we know what's going on?
Everything can lie. You can cook up history. You can cook up books, materials. You can paint the picture black or white. There's one thing that will never lie. Your DNA.
You ready? I got my test results right here. Ancestor test results. 100% African. Freedom!
That is what the FBA guys are scared of. Do your DNA, and your DNA will take you to your origin.
Can someone tell me why Tariq Nasheed is in Senegal right now? What's going on? Huh? For those who don't know who Tariq Nasheed is, he's the guy who's leading the movement called FBA, Foundational Black American. Now you may be wondering, what exactly is that? An FBA is a Black American who's decided to delineate and cut ties or any association with other Black people from the Caribbeans, South America, Africa, and everywhere else on the planet. The whole aim of it is to just make sure that people know that Black Americans have their own unique culture and identity, and nobody should be claiming them as their own, which in a way I can respect that. I understand that. Now, when it comes to Tariq Nasheed, he makes a lot of content insulting Africa and Africans, like Africans in the diaspora and in America. He calls us tethers because we're not living on the continent and other stuff like that. And he's made various videos with various insulting thumbnails, mocking Africa, our food, our continent, calling it a shithole and stuff like that, yeah? So clearly with that, he doesn't have any good intent when it comes to African people and the African continent, yes? Now, he's gone to Senegal, he's taking various pictures saying FBA representing in Senegal, but I'm like, FBA is Foundational Black American. Why are you at a Pan-African monument when you're anti-Pan-African? I don't understand that. I think what's bothering him is IshowSpeed's experience in Africa. IshowSpeed has gone through various African nations and he's got nothing but love from various African people, and he's noticed many people look like him. The thing with FBAs, they like to call themselves copper-colored Native Americans, copper-colored Moors, copper-colored Hebrews, but when it comes to Africa, they're like, oh no, you Africans are dark, you Africans are ugly, you Africans are different from us, you Africans are booty scratchers, stuff like that, yeah? So of course, IshowSpeed's experience is debunking that nonsense. When it comes to Black Americans and us Africans, you will find people who resemble each other. We are genetically related, but many FBAs don't like to acknowledge that. But that being said, many of them do acknowledge it. So it's not homogeneous. It's not a monolith cult, if that makes sense. So I think he's gone to Senegal a few days after IshowSpeed just to show, oh, this place is actually not good. Don't travel to these places because they don't welcome FBAs, they don't respect FBAs and stuff like that. So that's what he's doing. I believe he's been giving negative feedback on his experience on his travel. So I'm like, if you know there's if you have a negative experience and you hate the continent, why the heck are you going there? You're just going there with an agenda, just to divide people. Me, if you're a Black American, I respect you. If you've delineated, as they say, I still respect you. That's your culture. That's there. That I totally understand that. I'm not gonna try to claim you as me if you don't want to be claimed. But for those who are Pan-Africans like myself in America, you're my brothers. They're my brothers and sisters. I'll never throw them away. Yeah, this is why on X, even though these FBA people have been insulting Africans and me, I still show my respect to Black Americans because I've done my research on their history and I understand the situation they're in. I will never crap on Black Americans, and hopefully things change. People become more united and aware, because in this day and age that we're in right now, we need to be more united than ever. Things are bad right now. So I say unity is better than division. So if you want to be divided, do you. But for those who want to be united, leave us alone, yeah? I've got Black American friends and elders that I look up to. They are my elders. I will always put my respect on them. I will never insult them, their cultures, their communities, never. They're part of me. Just get that through your head, okay? Tariq Nasheed and people like you. All right?
Let me tell you something. Tariq Nasheed is controlled opposition. Okay? He is controlled opposition with a primary goal set for him by the white man. And that goal is to stay close enough to us to divide and conquer this portion of the diaspora, to alienate us from the rest of the Black people on the diaspora and hand us with no protection to the descendants of our ancestors enslavers. That is Tariq Nasheed's primary goal, and he is going to be successful because you are allowing him to siphon the humanity right out of you. Do you know what it was that enabled the enslavers to do what they did to our ancestors? They did not believe our ancestors were human. And you're going to get on this whole World Wide Web and insinuate that any Black person, any Black life is not a human life? I don't want to be any part of that type of Black. Ever. Do you understand? For you to be so willfully ignorant, so cruelly unjust. There is nothing about you that's familiar to me. Nothing. And I don't want any parts to do with you or anybody that thinks like you. Every black life is valuable. And I see me on this diaspora. I see me showing up. Take a look. Ooh. I see me, the Sand Tribe. For those of you who force yourselves to only learn within the frame of white supremacy, Bushmen, I see me. And I would search many lifetimes over looking for them than to just accept that you and I might be some kin.
I'm a mess right now.
So come here. So my thing is this, right? So Tariq Nasheed done went into Senegal, huh? Exhibit A. So what do y'all have to say about y'all's FBA leader going over to Africa and doing this? What? I thought y'all weren't Africans. I thought y'all didn't have no African descents. I thought y'all didn't. What's up?
And when we say, hey man, shout out to FBAs, what is xenophobic? What is this xenophobic shit? We're all black, nigga. Shout out to FBAs. What about us? What about we all black? The white man, if the police pull you over, they're not going to ask if you're FBA. What are you giving props to FBA for? And you won an award too, Mr. Nigerian. You're going to get a scholarship for $50,000. Move, nigga. Shout out to Igbo, Yoruba, to my tribes back home in Nigeria. I'm nothing like the Akatas. I'd like to thank.
There's the thing, Vlad, where people want to make us generic Africans. The term African American is a misnomer. That was a term that got popularized in 1988 by Jesse Jackson, the Congressional Black Caucus, and the Democrats. No, we as a group, we never called ourselves African American. I think the term African American was in a book in the 1700s by a black preacher. I forgot what the guy's name, but that was the only time we would see that term during slavery. That was a term that we generally didn't use. Really, it didn't get popular until the late 80s. And the term was given to us, and that term was given to us to make us comparable to immigrants. It was to say that we're just like an Italian American. We're just like a Mexican American. So that was to basically almost sanitize our unique history here. And that worked against us. The term African American is a misnomer. Elon Musk is an African American.
Right. You know? South African American.
Yeah, but African American still.
Correct.
There's a lot of people from places like the Sudan and other places who are African Americans. And, they'll have a lot of vitriol towards us here. So the term African American is a misnomer. So we wanted a term that was more indicative of who we were and who we are. And that's where Foundational Black American comes from.
And a lot of brothers and sisters are not only saying, hey, that's not our issue or problem, but they're also remembering how a lot of the immigrants in general have talked real down to FBAs and also other Americans. They called us all kind of names about the way we work and all kind of other things, like they doing us a favor by coming over here. I want you to hear what this sister has to say.
I'm talking to all Americans, okay? Taxpayers. This is why I always say, with ICE and DHS, this is not our fight. Let them do their job. Because if y'all see and hear the things that these people say about America, especially Black America, the things that they say, they talk about our American kids like they are zombies. They act like they not even worth getting a job, going to school, nothing. And I keep trying to tell y'all, they never liked America. They are here to use us for our resources. I saved every clip. I saved every comment. And it's thousands of them. Thousands. And I'm telling you, what they said to me was way worse than what black or white in America had ever said to me.
They sit up here and tell us, we're building your country. We're building your homes. We're doing it like, wait. Why didn't you build those homes and build the country that you came from? You're swinging a foreign flag in America. But yet when Donald Trump and them want to give you a ticket to go back to the place and you waving the flag, right? You don't want to be there. You're fighting not to go. In LA, I'm looking at some of the live streams. They coming out protesting, and they're swinging a Mexico flag, not an American flag. Not saying, hey, man, I contribute to this country just as much as anybody else. I'm an American. No. They're not swinging an American flag. They're swinging foreign flags. And like I said, I don't know what is it in their heads that say that's good optics, but that's people that don't understand optics either, right? Because they never had to. If you want to stay somewhere, then you say, I'm a part of that nation. You don't be swinging another country's flag, because that makes the people of this country say, oh, well, yeah, you need to go back over there then.
A big reason why I transitioned into advocating for Pan-Africanism is when I stopped listening to and allowing Tariq Nasheed to think for me. And that's when I realized that he genuinely does not have the black people in America's best interests at heart. His whole movement and advocacy just feels like he's trying to alienate black Americans from the rest of the diaspora, all in the name of pride. But yet that pride doesn't come with anything tangible for the community that he says he's looking out for and that he's advocating for. Nor should that come with having to put down, make fun of, or bash or insult any black person from any other part of the world. Because, like, let's just be real for a second, alright? I'm not sorry, but a black American museum is about as useless as a screen door on a submarine in 2025. Because Tariq doesn't mobilize unless there's a check involved. Just like BLM and all the other black movements that have been established in the past decade. And bringing random Africans on TikTok live just to insult them to rage bait for content is not leadership. It's childish, it's immature. It doesn't do anything for your movement. And honestly, it's quite intellectually lazy. And we saw him do the exact same thing when the Native Americans fought to protect their heritage as well. Again, just performative outrage with no structure or real movement behind it. Tariq Nasheed does not put anything tangible into black people here in America. I said, the best way I could sum it up is just pure childish. I didn't realize all of this until I matured myself. Until I started to think and speak for myself. At the end of the day, him and his fans, his little supporters, it's pretty much a cult, not a cause. Real reform doesn't come from rage baiting or division. It comes from building infrastructure, from unity, from actually doing work. Tariq loves the spotlight, not the blueprint. That's why he's into attending museums and not movements. That's why all of his followers also sound the same. They just regurgitate everything Tariq Nasheed says. The type of people.
Tariq Nasheed is in Senegal, y'all.
Now that's how you spend that FBA TikTok gift grift money right there. Take it back to the continent. Break bread with your brethren. That's the good look right there.
So say it ain't so, man. Tariq Nasheed is in Senegal right now. And before y'all start lying in the comment section, y'all FBA's talking about, well, who said he can't go to Senegal, right? Everyone's free to travel. He can go to Africa if he wants to. That don't mean he gotta be African. I don't want to hear that shit. Y'all done spent a whole year talking about, oh, Africa's a wasteland. Why would anybody travel over there? Ain't nothing over there. We ain't got no business being over there. And now the leader of the FBA movement, or excuse me, the owner of the LLC FBA is over in Senegal eating rice and hanging off the balcony, living his best life. I don't know if this was a whole troll, right? If he's trying to troll the FBAs right now by being in Senegal, eating that jollof, right? He doing what he got to do out there, man. But on some other news, though, it will be a good thing if Tariq Nasheed is trying to show pretty much that, okay, we can go to Africa. I told y'all I had African descent, right? But at the end of the day, we know that he's created kind of a monster when it's come to these American streets on these FBA trend. I haven't seen one FBA respond to this, though. That's the funny thing about it, right? Is that the FBA spent all this time talking about Tariq, man, he don't respect Africa. We not Africans, man, ain't nothing in Africa but some huts. And then we got the speed stream going on. Now we got Tariq Nasheed in Senegal, right, hanging off the balcony, living his best life. I don't know, man. I don't know, but I love to see it, bro. 2026 has just started, man. And anything that's anti-African seems to be getting debunked and thrown on its head right now. I think it's positive news.
This man, oh, this man is so motherfucking funny.
Tariq Nasheed, the grifter, used FBA to fund his trip to Africa.
See, we have always been here.
These are my people. I'm Aborigine Olmec.
If you don't get your ass on somewhere, freaking culture vulture.
Man, we need something new to get mad about. I've been pulling their genealogy and I can't find any immigrants to blame.
The immigrants today got a different mindset from back then.
You need to take that Afro out your name. We not Afro no more. Say FBA or something. What you got, ZZ?
Look, I was driving around Texas going to these black-owned stores and it's Africans running all of them.
And the FBAs are so delusional that as soon as you don't agree with them and you're dark-skinned as an African-American, you're a tether. Now I'm cosplaying. Now I'm forcing my Chicago accent. Can you tell that to my ancestors that was enslaved in Mississippi? Or can you tell that to my great-granddaddy who fled Tennessee with all of his siblings to Chicago because he unalived the white G-man that was trying to dangle them from trees? Or what about my grandparents that were Black Panthers? I'm not a tether, and I wasn't born on the continent of Africa. I just don't agree with your xenophobic bullshit. Because the same people calling African people tethers and calling them African booty scratchers called me the same shit in 3rd grade because of my skin tone and my facial features. I'm sorry my great-great-grandmother did not get SA by the slave masters, I guess. I'm sorry that when you look at me, you're reminded of your West African roots. But I can't help that. I'm still African-American, and I still do.
Well, first things first, I really don't care. But I see how much everybody else cares. And because of that, all I'm going to say is it goes to show the influence of Foundation of Black Americans. You know what I'm saying? Whatever side of the aisle you fall on. You know what I'm saying? Whether you IshowSpeed or Tariq Nasheed. If you're a Black American, if you do anything in this particular case, go to Africa, it's a big deal to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, it's a whole lot of deleted scenes that they're not showing as prominently of IshowSpeed in Africa as they showing of all of the good times. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if he over there having a good time, that's what's up. But you know, he's having some not so favorable experiences as well. You know what I'm saying? And then as far as Tariq, he a grown damn man. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go to Africa, you can go to Africa. What's the problem? I really don't get that shit. You know what I'm saying? I've heard Tariq say on a few different occasions, he like, bro, I go to Africa all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? They treat me cool over there. He's even said, man, I go to Jamaica all the time. They treat me cool over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't get it. I don't get what everybody is tripping on, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like people like really are just grasping at straws with both of the things. You know what I'm saying? With IshowSpeed, it's like, see? You know what I'm saying? And then with Tariq, it's, oh, what's he doing to that? Like, man, chill out, bro. like, man, everybody chill out, bro. It's literally not that deep. It's really not.
So the third issue with calling ourselves African American is that the very term itself takes credit away from Black Americans and outsources credit to a continent that we didn't come from and that we've never been to. Now, we have so many inventions, so many things that we've created. We've created all the music genres. We've created so much fashion, so much cooking. Like I said, so much modern day technology we use today was created by Black Americans. But yet when we talk about our achievements, we put the word African in front of it. Hold the fuck up. This ain't got shit to do with Africa. They didn't create this shit. They didn't build this shit. So why are we outsourcing? The very word itself is outsourcing and giving credit to a group of people who didn't do what the fuck we did. That's problematic in and of itself.
This African dude, and they were talking about how much they worship whiteness. It was kind of sickening. They were talking about, over in Africa, the white man, we worship the white man. The white man is like God. We bow to him because they bring so much to us. We do not have inventions and they bring inventions. He was like, yes, the white man can snap his finger and make water from one place, go to another with pipes. And we can't even get water from the village.
Foundational Black Americans. You got Chinese, you got Greece, you got Germans, you got Italians, you got Venezuelans, El Salvadorians, Mexicans, Filipinos, out of all the nationalities, ethnicities in the world, you chose to boycott Africans? The group of people who look the closest like us? We on that now? Why? Out of all the group of people that we can name that's in America, why would we settle on boycotting Africans? I don't know. Sometimes I hear stuff like this. And it makes me actually think we are a hopeless group of self-destroying people. Yes, I know we built America and came over and benefited from all the civil rights that we fought for, etc., etc. But all of the groups in America to be with, to boycott. Why the Africans? Just pick, you can pick any other group, but why Africans? You gotta choose your fighting game all life, right? And sometimes you just gotta use common sense. Don't you know we are the most disliked group in this country? And I know a lot of them don't like it, we used to call them African bootstraps, etc., etc., school. But of all the groups in this world, why boycott Africans? We should try to build a bridge with them. Do export, import with them. Go down in the comments and prove me wrong.
I was responding to a comment under my whites only video. And before I could respond, I seen under the search, black women who look white. No offense to y'all white women. Y'all are beautiful. But whereabout do I look like a white woman? I seen this on the other black women videos too. The FBA was just telling me that I don't look like I'm black American because I'm dark skinned. Y'all don't know what I look like. Because where do I look like a white woman? Not my lips. Not my nose. My hair? Nah. Very much 4C.
There have been these debates between black Americans and black immigrants on Twitter. I think they need a lot more nuancing. And to preface, I think a lot of these accounts are bots working to grift on existing tensions that exist and make them worse. So I start coming from the vantage point of me as an African American. The largest issue a lot of people have is with the amount of base work we did with the civil rights movement and, fighting through oppression in this country for many years, for us to not be the main beneficiaries of it. And just not just, black immigrants that benefited from this. It's like other POC, white women, etc., but like the focus is on inter-black relationships. Let's take affirmative action in education, for example. You had African American led movements back in the day for affirmative action in education to create equality in schooling. And a lot of the people that have benefited from this have been children of black immigrants or black immigrants, and often black immigrants that were middle class or upper class in the country they came from. It makes sense that some African Americans are upset about that, or even take how certain black immigrants talk about African Americans. They talk about us like we're lazy, like we should be getting ahead more. They're like, oh, we're black, we're getting ahead, why can't y'all? When they don't look at the structural constraints that have created these situations. And they don't acknowledge that the fact that they can get ahead is because of the social movements we did. So yeah, we need more acknowledgement on that end. That said, on the flip side, right, for the people that are like, oh, black Americans, we're really American, we need to stand together. That we're all black. Like, well, first of all, non-African American black people have been here for a minute now. Like Marcus Garvey was not from the United States. Malcolm X's mother is not, African American ethnically. If you look back to the Harlem Renaissance, you had Africans, you had Jamaicans, you had people contributing to the culture in a peak artistic period for black people. But I think the key reason is also because, like black communities in the rest of the world, black people in the Americas are kind of in the global south, where, as I think Kwame Ture said, internally colonized. African Americans, like other black groups around the world, are at the bottom of the racial and economic hierarchy of our global economy. So why would we not align with them? And on top of all that, I've even gotten to the point that when black immigrants come over here, yes, their outcomes are better at first, but after that first or second generation, the kids and grandkids have the same outcomes as African Americans. They are fully African American at that point. We've seen this over 100, 200 years now because racism and structural racism is that bad in this country. Like, yes, Black Americans, when we go to Jamaica, when we go to Ghana, we shouldn't be parading around that. It's so cheap, it's so amazing when people are being exploited and people are broke over there. Yes, Black immigrants, when they come over here, should have more respect for the work African Americans have done to make their lives easier. That said, we have like bigger fish to fry.
I just scrolled past a live stream where people were talking about Tariq Nasheed being in Senegal, Africa, and saying, why would Tariq Nasheed be in Senegal? Why is he in Africa? I thought that the FBA said that they were not Africans and they did not have of African descent. So why would he be in Senegal? And it's like, since when did you have to be from somewhere in order to visit that place? Like, I could visit Sweden as a Black American and not be Swedish. I could visit China as a Black American woman and not be Chinese. So why do you have to be African, or why do you have to label yourself as African in order to visit Africa? Like, I know for me, I could go anywhere and have a good time, to be honest with you. There's not very many places around the world that I actually want to see in person. But if I do go anywhere, I know that I'm going to have a good time. I know that I'm going to get along with whoever I'm there with. I know that we're going to have a great experience.
Stop repeating the lies that were told to divide us by those who never had our best interests at heart. We have the power to choose love or hate. We can either embrace our differences and let them make us stronger together, or we could stay divided and continue to watch each other suffer. I refuse to participate in hate, especially when I know division only creates more space for evil to thrive. Oppressed people should never be enemies of other oppressed people. African immigrants, please respect the struggle and continue progress against a system that was built on the backs and destruction of Black Americans in America. Black Americans, please recognize that many African immigrants are also escaping colonialism, violence, and oppression. We have more in common than we think. The truth is, united we stand, united we build, united we can change the narrative and create wealth. Remember, wealth is what gives our voice power. Divided, we only continue to the cycle, living out lies taught by those who profit from a fractured diaspora. I refuse to participate. I love all of my African brothers, regardless of where they stand, because only love can conquer hate. I love all my Black American brothers and sisters because I understand that you may not fully understand the struggle of others. I refuse, once again, to participate in a struggle fest on who had it worse or who has it better. I refuse. But what I will participate in is genuine love, appreciating those people for who they are and what they bring to this earth. I am glad that we are all not the same, but I think that we can do better in how we show love to one another. That's where I will participate, is I will continue to show love, and I hope you will join me in doing that. I refuse to participate in some stupid FBA versus African American versus Black American, blah, 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 blah. It gets us nowhere at the end of the day.
So I'm seeing online that we're having a war with each other. The foundational Blacks, or the Blacks in America, or Africans in America are at war with Africans. Boy, the white man is on one today. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Won't he keep us divided based on some bullshit? This conversation is just like good hair, bad hair, light skin, dark skin bullshit, right? COINTELPRO at its best, keeping us divided and conquered. Boy. They laughing at our ass today. But the crazy thing is that the birthplace of civilization is Africa. Yeah, including white folks are from Africa. They just migrated to cooler places, which they lost their melanin, their noses thinned out, their lips thinned out, and their straight hair to adapt to the climate. Duh. In fact, Africa was always African. Ning. That's why white folks and everybody else was over there robbing and raping, getting the diamonds and the gold, going to school over there because they didn't have no education in America or throughout the world besides Africa, the universities of Timbuktu. And yes, Africans were so magical and so rich because of their resources that they were able to travel the world. That's why you see us everywhere besides slavery. Okay? And come to America before the slave ships. That's why we got Before Columbus, the book by Ivan van Sertima, because we were here before the slave ships arrived. So I can see people saying we are indigenous. We are the original people. Yeah. But we cannot not give Africa the credit. Just like we cannot give Africans in America for holding down this motherfucker. Because while we was getting raped, our children being lynched, sold off into slavery, water hosed down by the friendly firefighters and police officers and left for dead, and killed in the streets, we made it easier for everybody else to come here and be good. We did that. And the world is anti-black because they know that. And they keep us divided because they know that. They done already got us by taking the black man away with welfare. Oh no, you can't. You want these $200? He can't be there, girl. He in the closet. The movie Claudine. Oh no, I don't like no black women. They loud, they cuss all the time, they ain't shit. They treat their black men like shit. They want this, that, and that, and that. Yeah, Take the black man out the house so you can do your shit. So you can work your magic on keeping them fucked. Take the black man out and you able to do anything. And that's what they did. Now y'all off marrying everybody. Thinning down that blood. Get that black out. Get that black out. Wash it out. Because after 3 generations, it just washes out. This melanin is some powerful shit. They got people getting melanin shots because they know how magical it is. Black people are just built different. We built different. Like Kendrick Lamar said, we built different. Our cells are different. We built different. That's why they experimented on us, the Tuskegee experiments and all these things, and made us sterile, because they know this shit. For some reason, we don't see our magic. And for some reason, we keep arguing over the same bullshit. I'm not black. What's wrong with being black? Everybody want to be black. At the end of the day, we can say thank you to each other. Thank you, Africa, for giving me the strength and resilience to fight these motherfuckers daily. Thank you. Thank you, Africans in America, for paving the way for me to get there and not have that white man's foot on my neck so hard. The music, the dances, the food, the swag, the beauty is from Africa. Africans gave us this shit. And maybe we were, watered down generations through race mixing. But at the end of the day, we black. We African people. These motherfuckers got us at war with each other, arguing over who black and who not black. Won't he do it though? Always do it. He will always do it. But the crazy shit is that Africa is the only place that you can be safe and feel free. That's why so many black people in America is leaving this motherfucker, going to Africa. Because, shit, you can get murdered in the street for stealing in a store, Mike Brown, and left uncovered for the world to see. Or just walking in your neighborhood, youngin', and get murdered by a racist, a grown-ass man that walked free. Trayvon Martin still hurts my heart today. And black people, we always on eggshells, walking and getting beat in the streets. Constantly. Africa is the only place where you could be free to this day. You heard about the black woman that was born in Russia that went back and she just got her ass whooped and called all racial slurs by her neighbors. These motherfuckers are her neighbors. So at the end of the day, while we arguing about who was here and not here and where they from and where they're not from, we need to say thank you to each other. Thank you. Thank you for giving me all this shit that everybody want. Thank you for the stoplight and the refrigerator, the air conditioner, the cell phone, the tea, the golf tee, and every other thing that black people in America created for everybody. You're welcome.
Oh, I know IShowSpeed is striking a nerve with them FBA ninjas. He over in Africa on the continent having a good time, and I know y'all don't like it. But it's y'all loss. We're going to enjoy this continent. We're going to enjoy this big old beautiful continent.